Hi, it is iYikkam time again. So last night I got a very interesting question, which is I found it out this morning, and because the question is really interesting, so I like to share with everybody on the answer. Okay. The question is asking me this. He said, Hendrik, please honestly, share with us what is the difference between energy, mind, body, internal practice with the 613.3 you proposing and you presenting. So this is very interesting. First, let's not get honest, let's get technical, okay? Because this is a science. It is not about honest or not honest. It is about science. We need to talk in a scientific way, okay? We don't go to see an electrical engineer say, please tell me honestly how this circuit is work. You say how this circuit is work according to science, okay? So let's go exploring what is the difference between the so-called internal or mind, body, energy, like the new age people talking about, and the 613.3 I'm presenting. And especially because 613.3 is I'm presenting for the Wing Chun West education platform, right? Now, internal today, not in the past, okay, not in the ancient time, like 150 years ago, not that time. Internal today, okay, is mostly a philosophy or ideas or belief or speculations of somebody, okay? That's what internal is about. So this so-called internal might be partially according to the reality of the human world, or might be completely in the realm of somebody's belief or somebody's speculations or somebody's idea or somebody's philosophy, which is completely out of this world, okay? Same with the so-called new age energy, body, mind, those stuff, okay? Same. So these are, if you heard internal today, okay, we can say 99.99%, or meaning 1 out of 10,000 people, or 1 out of 10,000 people, meaning that most people are talking philosophy, their ideas, their belief, and might have nothing to do completely with reality, or just have a partial stuff in there. Okay? Now, 613.3 is a description of reality. If disregard of the East, West, ancient and modern, that reality is the fact of the human life, okay, or this physical world. That's 613.3, okay? So 613.3 can be checked, can be verified in the scientific lab. Whereas the internal, the new age, there's a big questions of it. And in fact, one of the major reasons why a lot of people, many people, keeping saying that the Western science is not advanced enough to understand, is because they themselves have no idea what they are talking about, because it's their philosophy. It is not according to the reality, the law of physics, law of nature. So that's the problem, okay? And because of that, because it's based on philosophy, One cannot cash it in the bank. One cannot get result or get a minimum result or very unsettled or unstable result. Maybe it have a little reality, a fractions of reality inside there, and majorly is a philosophy. That's why they cannot have this stable result, consistent result. Okay, and you can see people who practice internal, they will claim this, but you look at their student, how many of their students can do exactly what they do, and how many times they can do exactly what they do, if you put a scientific measurement on it. Okay, so there's the difference between the 6-13-3 and the so-called internal or mind-body energy. Okay, so when people ask me about all this thing, about this grandmaster said this and that, I often reply them, let's go to Stanford University, let the scientists check it out in an objective by a third party. Okay, we just cannot accept things which is out of the blue in the university's verifications, right? So that is what it is. Okay, and as for the training, the internal today, or the new age mind, body, energy training, is to manipulate the body. Okay, to manipulate the body, try to get some sensations or some kinds of experience. Mostly are like that. Okay, and when one practice it, one have this experience, like when practice, oh, you see this body get hot, this is chi. Okay, and the teacher might say, oh, this is jing. Okay, see, this is force. Okay, magical, mysterious. The practice of 6-13-3 is a practice to reverse one's habit, to get one, to lead one into the reality of living according to the reality and according to the law of nature. So anybody who train in the 6-13-3, if they are really fully trained, okay, I'm not talking about advanced, just basic, okay? Once they are trained, they will no longer go back, okay? Because now they are actually living according to the reality. So it's a 24 hours, 7 days per week, 365 days a year deal. Once they develop they train in the 6-13-3. So in other words, like 6-13-3 is not try to create some sensations or according to some philosophy. It is not. It is so that one be able to live according to this reality. Get rid of what is not necessary, or get rid of what is biased of one's body. To give you an example so you can see, okay? Solder blade. Most people don't know about their solder blade. They don't aware of it, they do not know how to handle it. And just to give you a statistic record, none of my student or ex-student, be it their beginner or their decades of so-called internal master and so forth, know their solder blade. None. Zero. Okay? Disregard of how they claim, that is the statistics. Now, so if you train 6-13-3, once you know your solder blade and you know how it works, you're aware of it, you know how it works. You no longer go back to the time where you don't know how is it, you don't aware of it, and you don't know how it works. Okay? So this is an example to show you that if you train 6-13-3, you know that shoulder blade and you're going to use it. Because why? Because it's according to your body. Now you have one more degree of freedoms in terms of if you want to talk about like robotics. And now you know that once you use it that way, it have a good handling of that part of the body and different part of the body. It just support better handling of the body. So the 6-13-3 get result this way. Once one train in say 16 hours, one get into this state. One's not going to go back to the old ways of living a life. Okay, and once one do that, 24 hours per day, 7 days a week, 365 days, one is going to use that shoulder blade. Okay. As for if you look at the internal or mind body energy people, okay, even like the people who do push hand in Tai Chi and Southern Fist or anything, they not aware of the shoulder blade in major of the people. Okay, of course there's advanced level real people who practice internal, they aware of it. Okay, and you don't have to practice 6-13-3, but you'll be able aware of it if you are at that level, right? But most don't. So most not be able to create a consistent result. It might become sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So people say, oh, you know, I can push you this way, I can have this energy this way, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And also they cannot teach the student. So you can see a lot of teachers, they cannot teach the student. And they say, well, I know this, but they cannot teach it. Why? Because they don't know what is exactly there. And to know what exactly is there is about scientific. Okay? So as what I share with you, 6-13-3 is not, you come, you practice this way. Okay, I want you to do a tan sao this way. I want you to do the jing, the push hand this way. This is my style of Wing Chun. This is my way of Wing Chun. No, it is actually throw away all this garbage of my way. Look at how actually human, in the example of the shoulder blade, how is this human body works? How is this human shoulder blade works? Okay, aware of it. If you don't aware of it, you cannot do anything with it. First aware of it, and then you see, you study it, how it works, and then you use it. It's like a baby. Once they know how to crawl, they will crawl. Okay, they'll never get back to lay down there and don't crawl anymore, right? That's what 6-13-3 is about. And once you use it, you know it, you use it every day because it's nature, it's you. Okay, it's not other people, and you don't have to follow anybody's philosophy. What philosophy? Using a shoulder blade has got nothing to do with philosophy because that's your shoulder blade, it's not mine shoulder blade. Okay, so I hope that this make a difference with you. So anybody who trains 6-13-3 will be able to use his body. So I often make an analogy like the Iron Man. Okay, the Iron Man movie. Okay, you have all this display. If you're within the Iron Man suit, you know every part of your body exactly, and then you know how every part function. And then when you wear the suit, when you operate, you're like that. It's designed that way. Reality is that way. So we don't go after some kind of belief or some kinds of philosophy in the 6-13-3 or the Wing Chun West. we look at the thing and we say, oh, this is how it is, this is how it works, this is how our body works, and that's it. Okay? Now, let me get even deeper to you. Okay? Usually in internal or this New Age, people talk about what? Qi, Jing, okay? Or the internal art guy like to say Jing, Fa Jing, those kind of stuff, okay? And then mind, these three things, okay? Again, if you look at the internal art or New Age, they have all their interpretations of the Qi, Jing, and then the mind, whatever they like to do, okay? And you can see that, can they catch it up? Again, 99.99% of the seafood have no idea what it is. And thus, it's very simple to spot this. You go look at their practice daily, in the YouTube or something, and then you look at their student. Can they be consistently delivering something? Okay? Look at them, okay? Study them. So 613.3 is not that. We know in the ancient, Qi is energy, okay? And it comes with various forms. Like in the third element, or the third layer of the 6 core element of the 613.3 is breathing. Breathing, we know it is about oxygen, okay? And Chinese call Qi Gong usually, okay, in general, in the basic level, it's about Tu Na, inhale and exhale. So it say Tu Gu Na Xing, exhale the old and inhale the fresh. That is the bottom line. That is today about the oxygen intake. Of course, oxygen intake, you have energy involved there, right? So the third core element, the breathing, is that clear. You can go to the lab, measure your oxygen intake. It's no mysterious or anything of that. The guy who have a better breathing or more higher capacity of the breathing, of course, is having more qi, okay, or more energy. And also the fourth element, which is the channel, okay, the channel qi, energy channel, and that is about the circulations or the health conditions of the blood vessels. Because human require that flow, okay, or circulations of the blood in the blood vessels. That is a very primitive energy flow in the body. Again, you go to the university, you can check those stuff, okay? But if you look at the internal art guy, qi can be anything, okay, from the some kinds of mysterious power where the Western scientists have no idea what it is, but only them they know, or the energy or the qi where they keeping changing whatever they like to claim, and none of their students know what the heck is going on. So there's qi for the internal and the New Age. You look at that, majority are there, I like that, okay? But in the 613.3, anybody's handling of the qi, which is the breathing or the circulation, blood vessel, can be verified scientifically. So in 613.3, you want to talk about qi, you want to talk about breathing, or you want to talk about the blood circulations. Is this clear? Okay, and everybody, again, once you're aware of your breathing, or breathing have a 4 state. The one is the panting state, difficult in breathing. like stuck in the chest. The second is very cross breathing with give out sound or not give out sound. The third is very fine breathing, deep and fine. The fourth is the rest state of the breathing, meaning that you inhale, exhale, and then you rest. Inhale, exhale, and rest. This is all inhuman, within the human. It's a human nature. Once one know that, one be able to monitor oneself 24/7, 360, and know exactly, like the Iron Man, hey, how's my fuel? How much do I left on my fuel? Or how much fuel I can use right now? Okay. So again, 613.3 is to know the nature of yourself, know the reality, and make use of it. And the more you make use of it, the better you are. Now you know it, right? And it never lost. Once you know this 4 type of breathing, you go through it, you go through the experience, you never get lost. You are not go standing down there, practice Qi, and God knows what is Qi, and keeping trying to explain with the philosophy or what somebody's belief, but have no clue of the experience of what is Qi. The Chinese have a term for this. The Chinese have a term of this kind of stuff. It's called 一文解义, using the writing to explain what it is. Okay, and when Chinese say 一文解义, it means that you are using the writing to explain what it is. And due to one have no experience on what it is, it create a mess. Okay, so in Buddhism, in Taoism, you can see the OC who say, hey, don't 一文解义. Okay, meaning that you better know what it is in experience and not keep using the writing, okay, to explain things which you have no clue what it is. Okay. So in the Chinese Buddhism, it is saying that if one is doing such, then one misunderstand Buddha totally, completely. Just read it, okay? That's why in Zen, they beat people up when they talk those kind of things, and you open your mouth, you're wrong, okay? It's because it's not that, it's you need to experience it, okay? And in 613.3, big deal. You want to sing Qi to Dantian and all this term, if you want to Google, Qi Chen Dantian, sing Qi to Dantian, then you say, Google it, you say, you sing an energy to your lower abs, a place called Dantian, a mysterious place called Dantian. But in fact, the Chinese mean what? Have a deep breathing. That's what it is. Okay? And also, the circulations, the channel, blood vessels, is clear. If you're keeping tensing every day and not aware of your body, for example, not aware of the shoulder blade, it's guaranteed your handling of your breathing and circulation is influenced, your chest is influenced. So that's what I often say. You go stand in somebody's beside somebody when they practice Yulin Tao, and you check their breathing, okay? Which state their breathing is, and then look at their shoulder blade and so forth. You have all kinds of signature to know which state he is in. Now, without this, how are you going to teach a student? How are you going to get some result from anything? Okay? So this is the Qi part. The second part is about this Jing, power. And lately I use force flow, and everybody start to use my term, okay? Which is again, 一文解义, okay? They twisted the whole thing, and that's why I'm screaming all around and say, well, you know, whatever you guys want to do, that's your problem. But the term I coined, don't screw it up, okay? And I don't like that. because there's a misleading on the expense of Wing Chuners. So the Jing, the force, is just, bottom line is the handling, the aware of the action and reaction force, and the handling of the action reaction force via one's body. That's all. Okay? So anybody, once they can sense, usually we don't do that. Okay, usually we don't sense the reaction force. We just do action force. Oh, I want to beat this thing, I want to push this thing. One usually don't sense what is come back to the body. And the force flow part of the or the strength part of the 6-13-3 or that layer is to aware of the action and reaction force. So one be able to sense it, one be able to know what it is, and then one be able to use the body to transport the action reaction force. That's all. Okay. Again, you look at the internal and the internal the new age people, body, energy, mind. Well, the Shifu will always demo for you, this is Jing. But they will not be able to exactly tell you what it is, and the student not be able to exactly repeat what it is. The 6-13-3. You just need 2 hours. Okay? Once you know this action reaction force, you just need 2 hours. And then for your entire life, you can sense the action reaction force. You might not as good as to be able to use to transport it around your body, all around your body. But that will come if you keep practicing, right? And then if you open up your body so that you be able, where people or the body is not locked up and so forth, when your physical body or the first core element or first level layer of the 6 core element get better, then you can handle your action reaction force on different part of the body. That's all. You talk about Jing. In Chinese, the Jing is meaning that force with directions. In Western, with physics, force always come with a vector. It's a vector quantity, always come with the directions. Okay, so force is always a vector quantity, always a direction. So Jing is actually just force, period. And then there's a difference between strength and force. Strength is that you don't have a direction. You don't need to have a direction. But force, you always have direction. So when I say force flow, meaning that is like a flow of this force due to one transport it to in one's body, and the path of the transport that or play with the action reaction force is called force flow path. Jingliu in Chinese. That's all. Is the ancient mean that? Sure. Because you never find anything which is beyond this. Tell me anyone for past 5,000 years or 10,000 years in China, anybody who lived beyond the Newton's law of action reaction force? Can you find one? If you cannot find one, or how about the whole world? Have anybody do that? Are you ET? Or you are spiritual beings? As soon as you're human, you live according to the law of action reactions. Period. It is so simple. And the better you use it, the more you use it, the better you get. That's how you put things. Okay? Versus the guy who internal Ji and Jing and the Sifu said this and that, you have to do this, practice 1,000 times. What practice 1,000 times? What you have to go spend so much money and guessing? You just go understand, make aware of the, be aware of the, get trained, be aware of the action reaction force, and get trained how to transport that force within your body, and how to play with that, how to generate and so forth. That's it. You don't need a lifetime, okay? That's why I say in the LA class, May 6, 7, 2017. You want to see this kind of thing. You don't want to 一文解义. You don't want to read the ancient script or somebody's saying, and then you just have your interpretations on that words. There's a big no-no in ancient China. You have to experience with it. So the same with the 心气to 丹田, which means basically in the most fundamental layer, deep breathing, capable of deep breathing, Jing, okay, or force. It's just aware of action and reaction force of your body and be able to handle it and transport it. That's all. Okay? And use it. And everybody's going to use it, because once they can have the sensor in their bodies, be able to sense it, nobody is going to go back, okay, to act really clumsy. Because the body is that way, okay? The last thing is about mind. Again, most people have no idea about mind when they talk about this mind power, mindfulness. I call it bullshit, you know. Or diplomatically, I say, sorry sir, it is very, 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 very unlikely you know what the heck you're talking about. Let me tell you this. Mind, okay? Mind. Xing in Chinese, okay? In the ancient internal, okay? Not development, not today's, okay? Or in Buddhisms, or in Taoisms. Xing has to go through, understand what it is. And it has the stability. Okay, so mind, as we know that in 613.3, you have the function, you have a different function. Intentions, visualizations, thinking, and awareness, which is you drop the first three, you get the awareness. And then there's a stability issue where you be able to settle your mind and then get into the quiet state and then get into the peaceful state. So again, don't go to the interpretation of what I'm saying by words. You need to experience it. So let me tell you what is the experience of this settle. Settle is like when you listen to a music and then you feel like you settle down on the music listening. Your mind is not going all way anymore. Okay? Quiet is like when you listen to the music and suddenly you feel that whatever on the side, the background noise decreasing, so it's kind of quiet now. Peaceful is that you are so in the so into the music that people screaming outside, it doesn't bother you. You know they are screaming, but it doesn't bother you. Okay? So that's the three states. So in thinking, visualization, intent, and aware, you all have this this stability state. Okay? We need to know that. Okay? Like usually, if we are thinking something and somebody disturb us, we just say, okay, shut up, okay? Because we cannot settle ourselves so that we cannot get into the peaceful state, and so that we're going to blame other people or get mad and so forth, okay? Because we're disturbed. So that's about mind. And I would like to tell you this. The mind and the breathing actually are one, okay? This is a state in the Chinese, Taoist or Buddhist, same. It's called, or even in the different training in the ancient art, like the Tibetan Buddhisms, esoteric Buddhism, and all this thing, Kundalini, same. All has to go to this state. The mind and the breathing has to be one, become one, in order to have this Kundalini and everything to be able to handle mind power. Okay, that's the thing. So Remember we talked about the breathing. You have an inhale, exhale, and then rest. That rest state is, okay, is the state of, at least that rest state of the breathing is actually synchronized with the stability of the settle. So when one settle, one's breathing is in this rest state and the mind quiet down, okay? So they have a relationship there. So mind and body, they are one. That's why the Buddha teaching the anapanasati, okay? Exhale, inhale, rest. Okay, they use the breathing to condition the mind, and the mind on condition back the breathing. So the guy who enters samadhi, their breathing is inhale, exhale a long time, inhale, exhale a long time. So they are really stable. Okay, and that means if they are in the awareness, they are really stable. And in that state, actually, they can drop their thinking, their intention, and their visualization. They can drop it and get into this stable state. Now, look around today. Everybody talk about chi power, mind power, okay, mind energy, mind power, all this thing. Whoever get into that rest state. And in fact, you look at people who talk about Nimlek and everything, they never know even that there's a rest state in the breathing. So how the heck is one talk about this mindfulness and talk about this mind power? Beats me. Okay. Can you check this? Sure, go to the lab, check the brainwave, alpha, beta, theta, delta, and see the combination. When people get into that inhale, exhale, rest, check the brainwave. Okay? And people sometimes translate 修炼塔. Sorry, sir. When you go this state, you enter in the awareness. You don't use Nim Tao anymore. Nim Tao is what? Thinking. Nim Tao is thinking. So it's 修炼塔, it's not 修炼塔. The set means 修炼塔, meaning that the essentials of details training. When you practice the 修炼塔, the essentials of the details, the trainings. Okay, so you know every details of your body. You know all these 613 within your body. It's not 修炼塔. Small idea meaning small thinking, you still think. And sorry, the whole world is not about thinking. The whole world is the reality of the world is the 613.3. That is the descriptions of the reality. Thinking is not the descriptions of the reality. In fact, as I share with you, the Chinese say, never 一文解义. Never just translate or explain whatever it is based on words. You need to know what it is. Okay? So again, 心气的丹田, the basic, the fundamental is deep breathing. It's called 吐纳法. Inhale and exhale. Okay? The matter of inhale, exhale. Okay? And then the jing is just force. It's a vector quantity. How you transport that force. That's jing. Or the strength core element. The mind element. This is just what it is. This is the three function, the four state. The four function. The four function, the three states. Okay, and one can get into that. You know, that rest, which is synchronized with the breathing. You want real Qigong? That's what it is. If we couldn't even aware of that part, forget about it. When you're keeping inhale, exhale, your mind is spinning like crazy. But when you go rest, then that's where your mind can drop down and settle down, and you don't have to go thinking like crazy anymore, spinning like crazy anymore. So that is a big training. That's why I keep saying going anapanasati instead of you sit down there. Oh, you know, my chi is going to flow this way and flow that way, and oh, maybe my dantian is here, maybe my dantian is here, or which grandmaster say that? You're keeping doing this. The breathing, inhale, exhale. How is it supposed to train anything of your mind? Has to be go like that, flat. Or you know what? You go practice Yulim Ta. You say, well, I'm going to go as slow as possible. Okay? Then you end up what? Stop the breathing. You get into the panting state. And the breathing is really cross. Go look at people who practice this for 1 hour or something. Their sweat come out because they stop breathing. Well, in the real life, the guy who really know how to have that kung fu and develop that kung fu is they have inhale, exhale, and then they have this rest, flatline rest of the breathing. The more their kung fu, the deeper their kung fu, the longer this rest time. Okay, and that's why they can practice Yulim Tao for a very long time. However, people do not aware of this natural functions of the breathing. They, you know what they're going to do? They're going to stop breathing, force themselves to stop breathing, and they suffocate. They get into the panting state. So the panting state, where you inhale, you stop breathing, or you exhale, you stop breathing, is very different than naturally going up and down and you rest. And when you rest, your mind is so clear in awareness. You don't think about you don't think, you don't aware, you don't think, you don't visualize, you don't intend, you just stay there. That is the awareness state with the stability. Okay, and that's the human very basic state. So today's people say, well, use your intention. You know what? They have forced the hell out of their intention. And the fact is that you can try this. The more you try to focus and look at something, look at an object, okay? The more you try to focus, force it to focus, the more you cannot focus. So there's the game of the intention. The more you try to intend, you cannot intend. And the guy who have the mind training is just intend what? I just drop my my breathing to the rest place, and I'm aware of everything. That's it. And if I want to lead my chi or my blood flow handling, like this blood circulation handling or anything, then I just have to move my body with the command, send it the command, oh, move out my hand, okay, or move my finger. Well, when you move your finger, you change your circulation there, right? It has to be this simple, okay? So I hope that I give you this long explanations and long description of what's going on, and you know better what is going on here, okay? Nobody in the past 5,000 years in China go beyond 613.3, because 613.3 is the reality, and one don't need to look for some magical power or chi or anything. Just go to reality of the human body and law of physics. One can use it. So there's no magic. 613.3 is what it is. The descriptions of reality, the training for one to get back to the reality and use the reality of the human body and the nature. I hope that this explained things for you.